All right. So, Kevin McCarthy and essentially most of the GOP are calling for the expulsion of Adam Schiff due to his position on Russian interference and the information that has come out against Donald Trump in the 2016 elections. Basically, Adam Schiff has been maintaining all of this time that Donald Trump was a Russian plant and that there was Russian influence and interference on the election, even when presented with evidence of that being false or at least not proven. And I say false or not proven because, and I've seen a few people say this, but do I believe that there was absolutely no Russian interference in the election to try to benefit Donald Trump's campaign? I don't know. We'll never know the full answer to that. I would say that I wouldn't be surprised if there was. But with that being said, they would have to actually prove that with, real evidence, not just made up evidence in, winking. Trust us, he's really out there, working with the Russians. And that's all we ever got. We never had actual documented proof. I mean, in the same way that it's coming out that it didn't happen, they could have very well presented us documented proof that it was happening instead of just telling us a bunch of false stories and creating false narratives about hookers being peed on. There was so much convoluted information that's coming out that it basically, all of it is a wash to me. It doesn't mean that Trump wasn't doing the things that they were accusing him of doing, but it's going to be pretty much, it's just, there is no faith left to listen to the government, especially in regards to Donald Trump. I've been very outspoken about not being his biggest fan, but just because I dislike somebody doesn't mean that I'm going to listen to that man's worst enemy talk about him. Of course, your worst enemy is going to tell me all of the worst things in the world about you, especially if they know that I'm not particularly fond of you. So I don't really care in that regard. I will only listen to what can be proven. Bringing that back to Adam Schiff, I personally ask, what was his agenda against Trump? He is a rhino, Republican in name only, who is working, potentially benefiting from the things that Donald Trump was trying to expose, the dealings that Joe Biden has had with Ukraine through his son and other proxy negotiators. I don't know. It's way too convoluted for us to be able to tell at this point. But do I think that it's at least deserving of expulsion? Yes. If everybody else was waiting to see some evidence, if everybody else was maintaining that they don't have enough proof to condemn Donald Trump, why was Adam Schiff so ready to sell him up the river? I am not here to care about people's personal opinions of other people when it comes to politics. Meaning that two senators, I don't care whether they like each other, whether they're friends, whether they have the same hobbies, anything like that. Or I don't even care if they like each other's personality. I don't even care if they're opposing religions and they think that each other's religion is bad or wrong. Don't care about who their spouses are or any of that stuff. What I care about is their ability to do their job. And when anybody lets something personal get in the way of their professional career and they're a politician, I think that should be addressed. And I think that there should be punitive measures taken against them. That, from what I understand of the information coming out, seems to be what Adam Schiff did. He had a personal issue with Donald Trump or his policies. He tried his best in order to make it so that he didn't win and never became the president. And after he did win and became the president, Adam Schiff maintained his position going against his own party. So like, for citizens, we want the truth. We obviously want the truth. We don't want Russia influencing our elections, and we don't want the FBI or the CIA making up stories, pretending and tricking us into thinking that Russia is influencing our elections. We don't want either one of those. But from a political party standing, going out against your home team because of a personal vendetta that you have against a member, Adam Schiff's sentiments towards Trump, makes you a liability. So get him out of there. I don't know. I don't care. I don't really have too many personal feelings against Adam Schiff directly, but I will say that we don't need anybody in our government, in our House of Representatives, in the Senate, in presidency, that is moving based off of their own, what they stand to gain. We need politicians who are actually going to make sacrifices for the betterment of the United States as a whole. We don't have that. It's very obvious. Hopefully in 2024, and obviously in all elections up until then, meaning the smaller local elections, we move with that in mind and are thinking about those kind of things when we choose who we want to elect into these positions. Do I think that that is likely to happen? No, because this is more and more every day becoming a popularity contest between people who the average person doesn't know about because they think that this stuff is boring. So all they know about is the popularity aspect. Very seldom will you find a person who is educated on the actual positions of these politicians. So, with that being said, I think that it's important that the GOP clean house of anybody who is not on track with making drastic changes and updates to American policy, so that we can go back to, for lack of a better term, making America great again. Because this is not great. It's not cool. It's not good. And I hope that the average American person realizes how caught up in these personal battles between these politicians that we all are, and understand that at the end of the day, we lose because of stupid people like Adam Schiff and others constructing false narratives and sowing disinformation and distrust in American politics. So that's where I'll go ahead and end this video. Hopefully he is removed from his position and somebody who is more fit for the job and conducting business in better faith is chosen. Have a good rest of your evening.